No, but can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Because
You
I
are on
can't hear.
live.
I
All
can't
right.
hear you. Testing.
Yes, can you hear me?
I can
Yes.
barely hear you. I think because I turned down the volume on my phone.
Okay, we're on live.
Okay.
So we are ready to go.
Okay.
All righty. So good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. I see that we still have people logging in from all over the world. Let's see, Malaysia, Taiwan, Indonesia, Thailand, Philippines. Oh, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're so glad that you are joining us today. Well, my name is Jane Schaefer, a director with LifeWave, and here with me is Shario Nai, also a director with LifeWave.
Hello, Jane and friends. How is everybody today? And thank you for joining us. We have a few things lined up for you. As we said, buckle your seatbelts, folks. You are in for a treat.
That's awesome. Thank you, Shar. Yes, but before we get started, let's give the audience a little bit about us, so they know who they are listening to. Well, my name is Jean Schiefer. I have been with Lifeway for almost 3 years now. In addition, I have an embroidery business that I run for over 15 years. But I am so blessed that I was introduced to Lifeway because it has changed my life. I am a single mom of two amazing boys. Tyler is now 20, Matthew will be 17. And they play golf competitively. Of course, because of that, they constantly battle with back pain. We went through quite a bit of Tylenol and a leave. That didn't sit well with me at all because of the known side effect. But, I didn't have any other option until we found LifeWave. And therefore, I'm excited that you are here with us today to learn more what this product can do for you and your loved one as it had done for mine.
Thank you, Jane. My name is Shariona, and I have been a LifeWave independent distributor for 4 years. I also have my own construction company for over 35 years. As you know, the nature of the construction industry is very competitive and stressful. All the stress I endure on a daily basis led to many severe health challenges. Just to name a few: liver infection, kidney problems, to the point where my doctor recommended me for dialysis treatment. While within a short period of time of using the LifeWave technology, my doctor saw an unbelievable improvement, a 15% increase in kidney function. My own doctor that had recommended me that I start dialysis saw my results and said, "This is unheard of within a short period of time." From that day on, my passion for this dynamic technology made me want to go out and just share it with the world. I have made it my mission to help educate people with this new way of thinking to a better health and wellness.
Well, thank you, Shar. And we're so lucky to have you. Well, enough,
Oh,
enough about us. Let's get started, shall we?
I agree. Let's get started, Jane. Yes, Jane, the future is now. I was so excited when you approached me to co host this presentation with you. I have always loved to share the dynamic impact LifeWave has had on my life, both personally and professionally. The technology is so extraordinary. Believe it or not, it's years ahead of time. And it does involve nanocrystals and phototherapy, which is known as light therapy. The future of medicine is here now. As with this breakthrough in advanced health technology, we are able to amplify our own body to heal itself from the inside out.
That is correct, Shar. But before we continue on, a quick disclaimer. We are not in medical field, therefore we're not claiming to cure nor treat any diseases. And also, if you have any question, please do feel free to type them in the chat as one of our team members will try to answer you there. Well, sure. Do you think we have peak enough interest about this LifeWave amazing modern health technology?
Well, first of all, thank you very much for the disclaimer. That's very important, Jane.
You're welcome. So today we would like to provide you with a brief introduction to our company, the genius behind the regenerative advanced health technology and stem cell, and how our patch work with that. And lastly, how do you get started?
Yes, Jane, sharing this technology with family, friends, even someone so dear to my heart. We can provide them with a quality of life without the need of chemicals or drugs.
Correct. And LifeWave is a health and wellness company with technology like no other. Our mission is to improve the health, wellness, beauty, longevity of every person without using drugs, no chemical. And if you know how to use band-aids, that's it's so simple. It's just like peeling off band-aid and place it on. As our CEO have said, we are the only phototherapy product in the world that uses the human body as its own power source. Our patented wearable patch has no side effect, is safe, effective, easy to use, and of course, the result is astonishing. So stick around. I will be sharing with you there's some of the testimonial later on. And who is the brain that created all this advanced health technology? I say he is a genius, and we respect this man wholeheartedly. So, Shar, would you go ahead and introduce him to our friends here?
I would be delighted to introduce to everyone the gentleman, genius, who is responsible for inventing this regenerative advanced health technology. His name is David Schmidt, CEO, founder, and inventor of LifeWave. He is an amazing inventor. As my mentor once said, he is the modern day Einstein. He only invents survival equipment and what helps the world and mankind. About 20 years ago in the year 2000, David was appointed by the Department of Defense to be part of their think tank program for the US Navy SEALs. His mission was to design a system with a natural source of energy for our military without using any drugs or stimulants. Realistically speaking, Jane, do you even think this is possible?
No.
The story of David and the Department of Defense played a huge role in my decision to use the technology with the severe health challenges I was dealing with. My decision was based on the men and women who protect my life 24 hours a day, 7 days a week are using the technology, then it was good for me. David has been researching regenerative medicine for over 20 years. Regenerative medicine is amplifying the ability of the stem cells to work more efficiently. Well, David has invented this in the form of a patch, which is non-invasive and safe to use. Our focus here today will be on stem cells and using our X39 patch.
Sure, that is correct. David is a true genius and truly a remarkable human being. He has invented a product that is so unique like no other, hasn't he?
That is correct, Jane. Our LifeWave products are exclusively protected by multiple patents and backed by 80 research and clinical studies. David is known to have an enormous team of medical and scientific experts, along with independent researchers and universities that work alongside him globally. This is the only technology in the world that activates your own stem cells. Let me give you a little bit background about LifeWave. We are a California-based company with our corporate offices here in San Diego. We are a fast-growing company in a trillion-dollar industry globally, with warehouses in over 10 countries, messages in 8 different languages, and our products are being distributed in over 100 countries. And we are looking for more people to help us grow by sharing this amazing, one-of-a-kind advanced technology. So keep that in mind.
So how does this patch technology work? Let me ask you a question. Do you recall seeing spy movie or the war movie where they use the night vision camera to detect the body movements? And all you can see is that red, green color, like this figures on the screen, just those things moving around in the dark, right? Well, that is actually real. Our body emits heat in the form of infrared light. Our wearable technology harnesses one of the most ancient forms of energy in the universe, light. Our patches trap these light when placed on our body and in turn stimulate the skin, sending wavelength to regions of the brain, which tap into our own body natural flow of energies and the abilities to heal itself. And don't forget this, no drugs, no chemical entering the body. And up to date, we have 10 different patches developed. But as Shar mentioned, we will be focusing on our X39 stem cell patch today.
You know, our body loves light. Hence, we get vitamin D and melanin when we are out in the sun.
Correct. And like, there is no vitamin D, no melanin in the sun. So same concept here. Like she's mentioned, David just simply used this concept among other to create a unique product. But before we get started with X39, may I ask everyone a question? Who's here does not know or heard of stem cell before? Go ahead and type your answer in or give me a thumb up on the chat room. So what is stem cell? Stem cell are cells that have the potential to change into all type of cells in the body during growth and development. But here's the problem. Do you know that by the age of 35, you have lost over half of stem cells activities? And by age of 60, you will lose almost all of the stem cell activities. But here's the fact. Stem cells are part of the body's repair system. The less stem cell activities you have, the faster you age and the slower you heal. The question is, what can we do to stimulate the activity within our own body stem cell? So Shar, what are our options here?
Jane, at this time in history, we are faced with very limited choices regarding stem cells. You can either, number one, do nothing and let nature take its course, or number two, pay for stem cell injections that may or may not work. And the process is very expensive and costs tens of thousands of dollars for each injection. How many people do you know that has that kind of money to spend and willing to take the risk? Or the third option, keep an open mind as I introduce you to David's entirely new approach to activating your own body's stem cells. This is not a drug. It's not a nutritional supplement. There is no invasive surgery. It's a scientific breakthrough in the stem cell technology that will activate your own stem cells and reset them to a younger and healthier state.
Correct. So you're probably asking, how does stem cell patch work?
So let's talk about the X39 patch and that it activates your own stem cells. The X39 patch is a light therapy product. It stimulates your skin with light. It elevates a natural occurring peptide called GHKCU. When GHKCU binds with copper, it forms a compound called copper peptide. Oh, I love this part, Jane. This is where the magic begins. The copper peptide resets thousands of genes within our own body to a younger and healthier state. But I just like to address new studies found that it elevates GHK, which promotes more health benefits. Also, that copper peptide activates stem cells in our bodies, and we begin to experience remarkable youth restoring effects. As mentioned earlier, David has many medical experts that work alongside him. I was fascinated to know that Dr. Lauren Picard discovered that your old liver cells, when exposed to GHKCU, started to function like younger, healthier cells.
That is just truly remarkable.
The X39 stem cell activation is a game changer. X39 is a true breakthrough technology that helps you look and feel younger. Our inventor, David Schmidt, has hundreds of patents and inventions, but with the X39, he made a statement: my greatest achievement yet. Jane, at this time, why don't we get started sharing the many benefits of the X39 stem cell patch?
Most definitely. I would be delighted. So, how about we get started with reduction in pain? X39 user can experience dramatic reduction in pain. In fact, most people experience a reduction of pain within minutes of application. Do you know that according to ABC News, Diane Sawyer has reported that Americans spend over $500 billion addressing this issue yearly? We won't even go into the kind of side effects that this drug can do to your liver and other organs. Char, seriously, do you know anyone that never experienced any pain of any sort?
Not really.
Yeah, not even my younger sons. I mean, they dealt with that for years. But that's not all what X39 can do. X39 also reduce inflammation. People using the X39 will experience an immediate effect through elevation of antioxidant and a decrease in inflammation. How about let's talk about support wound healing? Some of our most dramatic testimony on X39 have been in the area of wound healing. As we age, our stem cells become less effective and hence a longer time to heal the wound. Now, with X39, we are activating our own body stem cell, which provide the body with the ability to heal itself. I will be sharing with you some of the amazing result photos later on. And how about increase in energy? Using X39 daily leads to increase in cellular energy, unlike caffeinated drinks, coffee, or tea, which give you jitteriness and then ending with a crash. I mean, we won't even go into the energy drink, which is so bad for you. How about the sport performance and faster recovery from exercise? Boy, do I love this particular benefits. As I mentioned earlier, my two boys play competitive golf, and they personally noticed that their stamina, flexibility, and strength has improved. And personally, I love the fast recovery from exercise. At the age of 53, I enjoy my working out at the gym more so now than I was in my 20s because I no longer experience that aches and pain after hours of at the gym. It's amazing feeling.
You know, Jane, I happen to love this one: better sleep. You know, running a construction business means that I have to get up early. So a good night's sleep is so important to me. The clinical studies performed by LifeWave show that X39 improves the quality of sleep. People reported that their sleep is much deeper and longer.
Yes, I do love good deep sleep, but personally, I love this next benefit: improve skin appearance. Who do you know wants to look and feel younger? I mean, anti-aging products are everywhere. I mean, even at CVS, Walgreens, if you haven't noticed, men and women, old and young, are spending thousands of dollars on improving their appearance, reducing that fine line and wrinkles. I even know girls as young as their 20s getting Botox on their face. I mean, no thank you. But guess what? By using X39 for general wellness, people are noticing the improvement in their skin appearance in just a few weeks. I'm going on 54, and I don't mind when people come up to me and said, "Hey, you still look like you're in your 30s." I was like, I'll take that compliment anytime. And personally, I mean, Char, I mean, you have experienced this benefit. So share with us.
You want to talk about hair growth? Okay. When I began using the X39 on a daily basis, I noticed I was cutting my hair more frequently, and I have snow white hair, and my roots in the back of my head started turning black. My hairdresser for over 20 years said, "This is impossible for someone's roots to turn black when they're already white."
That is truly amazing. But however, LifeWave has not performed clinical study with this particular benefit, but we'll take that benefit anytime, right?
That's it. You know, Jane, as I had mentioned, our patches are simple to use, and so is X39. As you can see here, the instructions like this picture.
Yes, just follow the instruction. That's about all you have to do.
So, Jane, why don't we
Yes.
go ahead and share with our folks here some amazing testimonials?
Thought you'd never ask. But before we get started, I'd like to add that recent clinical study on our X39 have also shown improvement in your heart health, respiratory system, digestive system, and metabolic system. All these are published in our website for everyone to read. So here is a testimonial by Hannah Well. She reported that after 7 days with X39, she felt more energy, better sleep, and more awake. I mean, she just loved it. And this one is one of our favorite young ladies. She was 93 years old here. Her daughter started to patch her for some health challenges, but the beauty benefit for just 2 months, you ready? Of patching was so incredible that her daughter has to share with us. From what I was told also that her cognitive function has improved as well.
You know, Jane, talking about cognitive functions, my dad at the age of 95 diagnosed with stage 7 Alzheimer's, which is all about brain fog, mental clarity. He forgot how to eat with his fork. I would feed him daily. And after using X39 on him, he asked me one day while feeding him, "Why are you feeding me?" I said, "I do it every day, Daddy." He replied, "Put the fork down." I did, and he picked up the fork and began feeding himself. How amazing is this?
Oh my God, Shar, when we can help our parents and family to gain that quality of life back like that, to me, it is the best gift anyone can give.
Yes, it is.
This is another testimony that was shared by our LifeWave community. As you can see here, the first top picture to the left, this lady has foot surgery on September 14th. She started to use X39 immediately after the surgery. I was sure it's for pain and wound healing. However, if you look closely at the last picture on October 18, I mean, you can barely see the scar, and it looked like a young and healthier foot here. The next testimonial also was shared by our Facebook community group. This is a picture from a lady who was involved in a car accident. I mean, look at that scar. It looks like Mrs. Frankenstein, right? But pay attention to the results after 63 days of using X39 daily. On top of that, she said she did not have to take any pain meds at all. Incredible, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So here's our mystery lady at the beginning. You were looking at her earlier and probably wondering, what is her story? This is Mandy Roar from Australia. She said with X39, her wrist pain was gone, her back pain was gone, she has more energy, better sleep, faster recovery from exercise, and yes, a younger her. I mean, wow, wow, wow. You can see the difference a year had made. Oh my, Shar. Would you like to share with us what happened to this young man?
Oh, Jane, this is my husband. Looking at this picture takes me back to the day it happened. As I mentioned earlier, owning your own business and the stress you deal with on a daily basis, this is one of them. Hubby was on a job site where he had slipped on a piece of tubing and bracing himself with a carpenter's pencil in his left hand. It actually, on the fall, punctured and went through his lip. And I received a phone call from him asking me if I was available to take him to ER. And I said, sure, I'm home. Click. And everything just, the worst goes through your mind. Well, when he arrived at home, he had a piece of black electrical tape across his face, holding a Band-Aid, blood just running down onto a towel. When he removed the tape, there was a deep gash above his lip. I immediately replaced the Band-Aid and placed an X39 on top of the Band-Aid, rushed into the ER room. The doctors were amazed that his bleeding had stopped and they were able to move forward, which it required 8 stitches. This gash was so bad that even with the stitches, whenever he drank anything, the water actually came through. And by using the X39 patch during the day and our classic carnosine patch at night, in 8 days, I repeat myself, Jane, 8 days, his stitches were removed and there was no scarring.
And here we have Happy Bill at the bottom there smiling.
Yes, we do.
I remember that day. So here's my family, lovely family. So there's my sister, my mom, and my 2 sons, Tyler and Matthew. As you can see here in the 2017, my mom looked pretty frail there. But her health challenges started a couple years before that when she was diagnosed with Parkinson, rheumatoid arthritis, and dementia. But early in 2017, she developed pneumonia. We almost lost her. It was a long battle in the nursing home. And then, she finally came home, and about a month after she got home, she stood up and fell, broke her shoulder, broke her legs, sent her right back to the hospital again. So another few months at the rehab center. This time when she came home, we had some different, more challenges to deal with. She was in constant pain. She couldn't sleep, and she was constantly agitated. I mean, wouldn't you be in pain and couldn't get to sleep?
Yeah.
At that time, I started using patches for Tyler's back because of his during his golf, and I thought, you know what, let's try this patches on mom. So with the help of my dear friend, we started to patch her, and oh boy, I mean, I remember clearly. I mean, after 15 minutes of patching her, her face started to relax. And about 30 minutes, we went to assist her up to her wheelchair. She didn't scream. We went to touch her and lift her up. She got up with ease. There was no pain. That moment was priceless. But you know what? Something else that I noticed later on was her tremor didn't get worse. And it's just like, wow, that's pretty amazing, right? But there's one more surprise. During the convention in January, David shared with us the scientific data from recent brain study that, it also improved brain function. What dawned on me then that her cognitive had also improved. I was like ecstatic. It was truly, truly remarkable to be able to give that back to my mom. And look at her smiling face, celebrating her birthday in 2019. Doesn't she look so beautiful?
That is remarkable, Jane. Oh, Jane, I'd like to let our audience know the benefits do not stop here. We have our classic patches. Energy enhancer increases stamina and strength, boosts energy and endurance. Ice wave helps to reduce body pain within seconds to minutes. Silent night enhances the quality of sleep. SP6 balances and controls appetite. An amazing patch to have at this time. Being on lockdown due to COVID-19 has reduced my cravings.
That's amazing. But you know what? It's also helped with hot flashes.
Oh, okay. Aeon reduces stress and decreases inflammation. Glutathione, very important patch. It helps to support our immune system. If we do not protect our immune system and faced with health challenges, our bodies will not be able to fight back. Carnosine increases stamina, strength, and flexibility. It repairs damaged muscles.
And it takes away Charlie horse in just a minute. My dad used it a few times last week.
That's right. And last but not least, our X39, which we have shared with you today.
So what's next, Char?
You know, Jane, you ever heard that quote, time waits for no one?
Yeah.
Well, let's ask everybody, are you ready to activate your own stem cells with light? So please get back to the person who referred you to this webinar and ask them for a 30-day risk-free trial. Jane, when anyone is considering the use of a product, they have 3 questions to answer. Is it safe? As for LifeWave, absolutely. Our patches are non-transdermal, meaning it even works on top of your clothing. There's absolutely nothing entering the body. Does it work? Feel free to check out our website and review some of the amazing testimonials. Can you afford the product? It costs less than a cup of coffee a day.
Especially if you drink Starbucks.
Exactly.
Well, that's right, Char. But the amazing benefit from X39 was not the only thing that caught my interest. Stem cell business, also the business side of this company, the opportunity. Stem cell business is a really fast growing market. Regenerative medicine showed that market size of $17 billion revenue in 2016, and it's expected to be at $50 billion by 2025. Well, how much of those $50 billion would you like to put in your pocket? Just, you know what? We're not going to even talk about the billions. You know, Char, I was asked this question before. What could I do with a potential $1,000 a month? I mean, that got me a little thinking, right? And it's like, well, I want to do a little home improvement project, take my parents back to Thailand with the boys. It would be nice to build up the retirement fund. But you know, being a single mom, caretaker to my parents, getting a part-time job after all day of running a business, that wasn't a good option at all. I mean, I needed something that's more flexible, something that I can do in my spare time, something that I can enjoy and build upon. So I decided to listen for another 5 minutes on how I can do that with LifeWave, because I know without some changes, I would not be able to accomplish those goals. And what you're about to hear changed everything for me. So same question to you folks listening. Do you have that dollar amount in mind? And would that amount be worth your time to spend 10 to 15 hours a week at earning it? And now I'd like to share with you how LifeWave can help you with that. Were you listening to us with an open mind for the next 5 minutes of the presentation? So here's why we joined LifeWave. There's no other company has what we offer. There's no competition at all. And we get to help others improve quality of life. There's no inventory, no delivery costs, no collection like our typical business that we have to send invoice and then wait. And sometimes have to make that extra phone calls like, hey, your payment is due. Your invoice is due here. I don't like that at all. No employee expenses or no training. That's one of my headache at my typical embroidery business is training new person, and when they leave, it's just such a headache. No annual fee. and there's low startup costs. You get free website the minute you decide to come on and join us. Provide immediate income and is unlimited income, and we get paid weekly. Tax benefits, tax write-off. If you know that home-based business is probably one of the best tax write-off that you can take advantage of. So I would talk to your accountant about that. Everyone is your potential customer. It is a global market. So you can have customer in Australia, England, Thailand, Philippines, anywhere. You get to work from home, like what we're doing now, at part-time, full-time, spare time, or sometime. And in LifeWave business, you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself.
That's right.
So, Char, would you tell our audience here as to how to earn with LifeWave?
I would love to share the company comp plan. Jane, the company is so very generous. LifeWave has 5 different ways for you to make money. I think of it as earn while you learn. So you can begin with retail sales. I call this referral fees. Whenever you refer someone to your website and they make a purchase, the company pays you up to 38% commissions immediately. We have what we call the product introduction bonus. You decide to do the business and others want to join you, you can make up to 31% commission, which becomes immediate income. Then we have what we call the binary commission. It's a residual income. This is a little more complex. I do know that LifeWave is one of the few MLM companies out there that operates with a binary system. It allows you to make up to 5% commissions of all your business volume you accumulate for that week. Then we have what we call the binary matching bonus. When you build a team, you will make commissions off of your generations. 25% from your first generation, 20% from your second generation, 20% from your third generation. This is an additional 65% in commissions you can make weekly. And last but not least, we have the advanced ranking bonus. Well, let's just say you are being rewarded from leadership team building.
Thank you, Char, for that.
So, Jane,
Yes.
please, to our audience, don't let procrastination be the thief of your dreams. On behalf of Jane and I would like to say thank you very much for joining us today. Please go back to the person who invited you to this webinar and talk about how you can get started with LifeWave. This is an opportunity you do not want to miss.
Most
Thank you.
definitely. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And we can stay on for a couple minutes. If anyone has a question, you can type it into our chat room. And again, thank you so much. Good morning, good evening, everyone. Let's see. All right, so we'll lock off here.